Now, Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke praised the professionalism of firefighters and other emergency teams coping with Montana's epic fire season.
But he wants to put firefighters out of a job by using better forest management to stop catastrophic fires every summer. And his counterpart of the Forest Service feels exactly the same way.
A week ago, the Lolo Peak fire was exploding in a wall of flame. Today, it was being refreshed by badly needed rain showers. But Zinke and U.S. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue are looking beyond this fire. Accompanied by Montana Congressman Steve Daines and Greg Gianforte, Perdue got his first look at a fire camp. The quartet's briefing was closed to the press, but some who attended tell me it was a frank discussion about not just fire management, but how the community has been stressed by yet another massive fire in the Bitterroot, something that's become an annual event.
When we get to fight a fire, the professionalism of our law enforcement, the departments working together, the state, it all works well. We're going to make sure that the Department of Interior and the Department of Agriculture team, because we're all team members, work together.
While Senator John Tester presses to solve the Forest Service's budget problems by changing the system so fires can be paid for like other natural disasters, Secretary Perdue would rather see a permanent budget change.
I don't necessarily want emergency funding, I want ongoing funding.
I want to say this is not about money, it's about management of our forests.
While there was some discussion during the press briefing about the need for funding to keep fighting fires, all four men talked more about the issue of forest management, getting ahead of fires so they don't happen in the future.
So that's why we're here, trying to determine how we can get ahead of this. I'm not from Montana, but I wouldn't want these kind of situations having to live with on a year in, year out basis. And we don't want the people of Montana to either.
If we don't address the litigation issue, the frivolous litigation issues from these extreme environmental groups, we're never going to get ahead of this curve.
The leaders presented a united front on how to tackle the fire problem with preparation, discounting the idea that climate change is solely to blame. It remains to be seen how those details can be pulled together to satisfy all the diverse views on the wildfire issue.